Hello everybody, my name is Tom, and welcome back to every holiday special reviewed on the Roundtable. So how about Kids Next Door? Operation Naughty is iconic. You know why? Because it parodied Marvel. You know, it was awesome. You got to see the X-Men, you got to see Fantastic Four, kinda. It was great. To my memory, it was an amazing special, but I can't really talk about the plot without acknowledging a giant plot hole. I wish I didn't have to do this. I wish I didn't have to do it, but I do. Like, we gotta address this. So we got this team of Santa's militia, I guess. They're a parody on the X-Men. Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Storm, I guess, Juggernaut. He's a big guy, I know that much, but here's where the massive plot hole comes in. This team goes after the kids next door, because the delightful children from down the lane disguise themselves as the kids next door to frame them for attacking and invading Santa's workshop. So Wintergreen, the spoof on Wolverine, he gathers his team together to track down the kids next door and go after them, but here's the thing. The reason Wintergreen knew the kids next door allegedly attacked Santa's workshop was because he was there when it happened. But the delightful children never left the workshop. So why did Wintergreen leave? Why did he leave the workshop to go after the kids next door when, to his knowledge, they were right there the whole time? That's like being a security guard for a bank, and while the bank is being robbed, you run out of the bank to chase down the suspects, despite the fact that none of them have left the bank and the teller still has guns in their face. And the reason Wintergreen and company went after the kids next door in the first place wasn't because they attacked the workshop simply. Like, it wasn't that simple, but they did it because Wintergreen thought they stole the reindeer, which in this universe, Santa doesn't use his traditional sleigh anymore. He uses a device called the reindeer to go through all the kids in the world and decide if they're naughty or if they're nice, and it will automatically give them coal or presents. That's a good concept, honestly, except for the fact that the kids next door didn't have it. Where was it? Exactly where it was supposed to be. Nobody took it. The delightful children didn't take it. Based on the passage of time, they just stood there doing nothing but look at Santa being tied up while Wintergreen's team went after the kids next door to get back the reindeer that hadn't been moved an inch from where it was when they left the workshop. Nobody checked. I'm expected to believe Wintergreen just woke up from the delightful children's attack. He didn't check anything in the workshop. He didn't check to see if the reindeer was gone. He didn't check on Santa. He just woke up from a tranquilizer dart that must have put him out for at least a few minutes, and then he immediately got his gang together to go after the kids next door because he just knows that they must have taken the reindeer. He knows that. Nothing else could have been their motive. They couldn't have been trying to kidnap Santa or anything like that. They just took the reindeer. That's obviously what they were doing. How did you know? How did you know if you didn't check to see if it was gone? And I know you didn't check to see if it was gone because it wasn't gone. And during that whole time, the delightful children just sat there with Santa waiting for their cue to say something and progress the plot. And I wish I could just look over this, but this is like the huge turning point in the episode. That's like the big twist, is that the kids next door, they didn't have the reindeer, so then they have to team up with Wintergreen and his team to save Santa. Like, it's the huge plot point. That's what they're building up towards, and it's just based on a plot hole. What? I mean, I get that this is Kids Next Door. I get that it's a kid's show and a cartoon, and it's not supposed to be realistic, but this is unexcusable. There has to be some chain of logic. There has to be some basic motivation to go off of. How did nobody on the team notice the fact that this story is deeply, deeply flawed? There was nothing holding this story together except hoping that the fast pace and awe of the action sequences will distract the audience enough that they won't notice that none of this makes sense when you stop for more than a few seconds to think about it. I mean, beyond that, it's an enjoyable special, but come on. That's such a gaping hole. I don't know how I showed it to kids. Haha. I'm not funny. I mean, there was other stuff going on in this special. Number 3 got number 4 gift, and then he got her nothing. So he ended up giving her his leftover fries because that became a plot point. Also, they had the substitute teacher Fantastic Four, which, I don't know, I wasn't that into. What did you think about this special? I honestly enjoyed it despite the plot holes. Do you like plot holes? Tell us in the comments below. Or tweet me at TommyPQM. Follow us on Twitter, Instabooks, and Facegrams at Roundtable Vids. Check out our Patreon, maybe buy a shirt, and smash that like button because it's at your mercy and you want to know what it feels like to abuse that position of power. Share this video with your pals and subscribe if you haven't already, and click the notification bell because YouTube hates their creators. My name has been Tom. I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.